Hi, hello, and welcome. My name is Nimue. I am a professional psychic intuitive and spirit medium. And this is my first of what I hope to be a continued series. I'm going to be once a month just checking in with different zodiac signs. And I'm going to use a combination of channeled information that I get from my team, as well as using cards, both tarot and oracle, to kind of just get a feel for the vibe. Like, what's the energy coming in this video, we're going to be looking at Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius in that order. If you have strong placements in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, even if it's not your sun sign, you might want to stick around and listen to this as well. I find that any strong placement when it comes to these readings often resonates. So with that being said, we're going to start looking into January 2025. 2025 for Aries and just see what's coming for my Aries babies. I'll show you the cards once they're pulled. Aries, I have a lot of curiosity coming in for you around matters of creativity, around matters of learning something new. So maybe learning something new with your creativity. I have the Princess or Page of Wands and the Princess or Page of Pentacles. I also have the Queen of Swords. So one thing that's coming through is that while this curiosity might be brewing, we are still in the middle of a Mars retrograde. And the Queen of Swords often shows up as one of a couple of things, sometimes multiple things at once. Sometimes she shows up as the inner critic, the disciplinarian, right? The lady that's trying to make sure that you are keeping everything together, that you are doing everything correctly. And the pages are kind of like the kids that just want to have fun already. So you might be faced with this kind of like inner struggle around, well, I really want to get into this art. I really want to get into this creative project. I really want to maybe start expressing myself in a new way, or maybe even take some classes on how to do so. And then the Queen of Swords kind of shows up, sometimes a little bit of a party pooper, but we do want to respect her desire to keep us in alignment, right? The other thing that's coming through intuitively is that there's this desire to delve in to these energies, these playful, curious energies. But I do feel an obligation, and this could be somebody's mother. I don't know if this is a caregiving situation where you have it's like, yes, I would love to be able to do all those things, but unfortunately, I have a very demanding situation within my family. And that's fine. I want two things to be said with that. One is please make sure that you are setting appropriate boundaries if that is the case for you. It's okay to say no. It's okay to need time for yourself. It is not okay for somebody to constantly be coming in and trying to take from you and take of your time. The other is that if you do indeed have to be in this place of caregiving, if there are other things that they're really requiring your attention right now, tell that inner child, tell that part of you, or that page part of you, it's only a little bit of time. We'll get to it. Or maybe even just kind of spoon feed little doses of it. It being creative exercises, reading about something that you're fascinated in. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you, Aries. You carry light. This is very much in alignment with that Page or Princess of Wands energy. You carry light. You're a fire sign, cardinal fire and show your light. Carry and show your light. Before anybody comes at me in the comment section about my lighting situation, please understand I just moved and we're still figuring things out. So bear with me. You carry light, show your light. Don't dim yourself for anybody. Not that you would, not that I know too many Aries who can be dimmed. But certainly, yeah, this is something that Queen of Swords feels like something about family. It says lessons in blood. Aries, as you're moving into 2025, I want you to think about the ways that your ancestry shapes you, continues to shape you, whether there are things that you are trying to heal and kind of clear out of the ancestral line, or whether there's things that you're proud of, things that you want to continue to bring through, especially if you have kids of your own. Anything else for Aries? No? Looks nice. So again, patience, young Padawan, is kind of the message I want to give for Aries moving into 2025, especially when it comes to those creative projects and those new ventures. Next, we will be looking at Leo. and seeing what January 2025 might have in store for you. Okay. Queen of Swords showing up for you as well, which I find very interesting. Um, this feels more internal than external. I'm feeling this less as a family member as I did for Aries. This feels more like the inner critic. I ought to. Um, you might have a little bit of a shock to your system at the beginning of the month. However, it's a big however. What comes from this shock to the system looks really good. Because I've got the Six of Wands afterwards, which is about victory. And it is victory after a struggle specifically. I have the Sun, which you cannot say anything negative about. This is just joy, optimism, growth. I have the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastery, getting better and better at something that you love to do, and Temperance, transmutation, taking that shock to the system and using it as initiative to get into that Eight of Pentacles energy. I'm going to use myself as an example. It's not January yet, but I tend to what I call macro energy out at least a couple of weeks, and I have a Leo rising. Had a shock to my system today about life stuff. It's a new moon in Capricorn today. So, a shock to the system about security, financial security, career security, every measure of security you could imagine. And that shock to the system, as uncomfortable as it was, because it is that sort of like, oh shit, like I really do have to mobilize. I got so much stuff done so quickly that needed to get done. It was stuff that I was putting off. I had excuses as to why I was putting it off. New moon in Capricorn, she won't let you get away with those excuses. No, no, ma'am. And we still have another 2 weeks of Capricorn season to go moving into January. So if Leo, you get some news, if somebody comes to you, if you get a letter in the mail, like just let me see if they'll tell me what this shock to the system might be about. It might be a little bit different for one of you, it's a health thing. For one of you, it's a health thing. It almost feels like your kids are coming down with something like right when you really, really needed them not to. Surrender that. Surrender that. Let that go. I do have the Chariot. Oh, I wonder if this is the Mars retrograde. And another page, the Page of Cups. Ooh, one of you might be finding out that you are pregnant. I just got a big a pregnancy test with a positive on it. Woohoo! Ooh, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like I'm feeling a little bit like, oh my God, like it doesn't feel unexpected in a bad way, just a very like, okay, now we gotta rethink anything, right? We got baby coming. Um okay, I can't actually show this. Well, here, I'll just put it's let's just say the card that because I have to be careful on YouTube. There's going to be, Leo, some ups and downs with your mood. And again, I think this has to do with the Mars retrograde moving out of Leo and into Cancer, which is a much more emotional place, I think, for Mars to be. Mars doesn't like being in Cancer, and Mars doesn't like being retrograde. So I as somebody with a Leo rising who's been getting their behind handed to them with this retrograde, I'm actually a little bit more stressed about the one that when it goes into Cancer because I'm also a Scorpio, and that's a lot of feelings to be coming up. Um, Leo, I think the number one thing you can do moving into 2025 is pay attention to what you can control, and the people, the situations, whatever you can't control, we're done. We are not giving time and energy to things that are not within our realm of control. There's also something about like if you're the kind of person who tends to do well by focusing on like crossword puzzles, like number games, like they're even showing Tetris, like just to kind of bring your nervous system into some kind of alignment, that's going to be really good for you in 2025 as well. One of you, you're really going to want, I know there's a norovirus going around right now, you're going to want to watch your stomach. I just felt a big sort of twist here. So this just goes for everybody. Do make sure that you're, washing your hands when you come in the door, just taking precautions. If you feel like you're not feeling well, or, you have a coworker who's not feeling well, just get the hens and protect yourself because it is winter. This is when a lot of oogies are going around. I have Love Yourself coming up for Leo, which is beautiful. What else does Leo need to hear? Your light helps. I want to say this is also true for Aries, just because we had so much with Aries in the light. Um, Leo, one of you really needs to hear how appreciated you are. And they're saying, my guides are saying you need to be here right now. I'm feeling a bit, I don't know if this is grief, but it feels like it's grief that's been ongoing. Like I feel this presence in my body of something very sad, very heavy. And there's this sense of like, nobody cares. That's not true. Nobody cares. That is often it's a sign of a trauma response. It's a sign that maybe there was a time where somebody said something really that they shouldn't have to you. You are valued. The light that you bring to this earth is valued, even if nobody's telling you directly to your face. A lot of people are afraid of I know this sounds really silly, and sorry for the noise. That's my cat licking her food bowl, letting me know that I have 20 minutes till it's dinner time. She lets me know very loudly. See. Um, People are often afraid to tell others how much they mean to them. Vulnerability is tricky. Maybe it's an American thing. I don't know about people in other countries, but for us to be often verbally expressing, like, you stop. My God. Getting in, of course, she's getting animated while we're talking about Leo, big old kitty. If you guys are lucky, you'll get to see her. She's very strategically out of frame. Um, People care about you, they love you, even if you feel stuck right now. And there is somebody with a strong Leo placement. This might be Leo Moon or Leo Mars that I'm picking up on that just feels emotionally very like this. Um, Lean in, give yourself a hug. Hi, baby. Um, be cute, like this girl here. Are you gonna let me? Can I show them? Can I show them? No, you're not gonna let me show them to you. Show you to them. All right, Leo. That's what I got for you. Sagittarius. We have ADHD in this house, so I often do get a little distracted, especially when the fur baby comes around. Sagittarius moving into 2025. Lots of page energy for everybody moving into 2025, which is great. Pages are all about initiation, curiosity, starting something new. With the cups, we're talking about the heart space. We're talking about our spiritual center. Sag, there's a couple of different this is always the case whenever I do readings for Sagittarius collective readings. I always get like multiple data points at once because y'all are all over the place in the best way imaginable. I have the chariot showing up for you too. Now the chariot is all about conviction, like an internal sense of knowing what I want. This is great energy for manifesting. This is great energy for manifesting something in the new year. Princess of Cups, this might be manifesting something around, could be a relationship with your kids, could also be a relationship with inner child. One of you, they're showing a crystal ball. So this could also be a signal that one of you is really, really hooked on the idea of becoming more of a seer in 2025, whether it's a medium, a tarot reader, whatever it is. I feel this kind of like, I think I'm ready to really like dabble and like get into this, and not even just get into this, but get really good at it. The Eight of Pentacles being a card of mastery. Again, giving time and energy to the things that you really, really care about. Now, January, you might need to. I think this came through. I do a lot of lives on TikTok as well. And I think this came through in a TikTok live, which you can go back and watch, I believe, on my channel. You might need to distance yourself from others. This says the Hermit. If I can make that focus. In order to tap into this drive, that chariot energy, you might need to, and this might be tricky because every Sag I know is very outgoing, lots of people in their lives. You do tend to have even more extroverted energy than Leo does sometimes. Certainly more extroverted energy than Aries. A lot of Aries I know are actually introverts, believe it or not. But Sag, I think you're going to need to just create a lot of space for yourself so you make sure that your energy is being focused into those projects, into those things that you want to see yourself doing. So they're saying limited engagement. You know what I mean? This doesn't mean that you have to completely like cut off all contact with the people that are in your life, but it does mean that you're going to have to strategically position yourself so that you can really focus on these things, fine tuning these things. I also have your light helps. Look at all this light coming in for all the fire signs, especially for those of you that are wanting to develop your spiritual gifts more. With where we're going consciousness wise, with this whole rise of the age of Aquarius, we are going to be needing your light more and more and more because I feel like this ride is really, really fun. Like for me, it's been fun. Like it's certainly had its ups and downs, but like from a spiritual perspective, everything that we're seeing right now makes sense to me. It's way less like, oh my God, I can't believe the world is changing. It's like, oh my God, I've been waiting my whole life for this, right? Like intuitively, there's been this sense of this is where we're headed. But a lot of folks have been very deconditioned out of that spiritual awareness. So they're going to need us. They're going to need people like you to help them see the value in synchronicity, to help them understand what manifestation is, to help them understand how real of a reality it is that we are divine beings. Anything else for Sagittarius? This might be short and sweet for Sag. As above, so below. Let me sit with that for a second. Sagittarius, and this is specifically all Sagittarius listen up, but if you have a Sagittarius Venus, um, they really, really want you to. This is about relationships. I have destruction and then dream lover showing up here. As above, so below. I want you to be, I don't know why, but this is coming through as a heart and throat chakra activation. Be mindful about how you're speaking about relationships. Like, are you somebody who tends to be more cynical? Oh, they're always like this, or I always date this kind of person, or do you tend to speak more kindly of people in general? Because there's something about the way that you're speaking that really matters. There's something about the way that you're speaking that's bringing a lot of evidence of whatever that is on your timeline. Like even if you're not a spiritual person, like I think it makes sense to say that what you pay attention to expands, right? What you pay attention to is going to show up on your timeline more because that's what you're looking for. You're looking to validate that reality. Lean into awareness around how you think about relationships, especially romantic relationships, because I'm getting some kind of like meh, like it's almost like a cranky kind of cynical bent. Okay. All right, you guys. That's the fire signs for 2025. Looking good. Looks like a lot of curiosity. It looks like a lot of new things on their way. Thank you for spending your time with me. Follow, share all the things, and I will see you all soon. Happy New Year. Bye.